Rust is cool. Oh, okay, I could go into a long thing about why Rust is cool, but the thing that was that I found like really impressive was interior mutability, because that was something where like the whole idea of Rust is like this core principle of aliasing XOR mutability, right? So you have the way you solve the problems with systems programming, with low-level programming that you have in C++ is you restrict the type system so that some state can either have multiple aliases or multiple references to it, or it could be mutable, but not both at the same time. And that prevents all the kind of errors you get when one party mutates state that is visible to another and sort of corrupts the view of the other party. So that's the core principle of Rust. Like the whole thing is designed around that principle. And interior mutability is the idea that there are actually some, although that what I just described, aliasing XOR mutability, AXM principle, is this sort of core thing in Rust, there are various abstractions that require mutation of aliased state. And so the idea of interior mutability is that these will be provided by APIs, where the API provides a function that takes in a shared reference. That means like an aliased reference to some object, and then allows you to, under the hood, it's going to mutate through that reference. So at first glance, it looks like, how can this possibly be? Isn't that like violating the whole principle of the language? And the answer is, superficially, it is. But semantically, it's not, because you only allow this to be done in very controlled ways. Like you only allow this to be done for, say, a mutex, right? So a mutex is a good example. You need to have for a mutex to be useful, you need multiple threads to have access to this mutex. They have to have shared reference to the mutex. But of course, the whole point of using the mutex is you acquire a lock that lets you mutate the underlying state. So this is an example where you need shared mutable state, and the mutex API gives you a restricted form of shared mutable state that is nonetheless compatible with the rest of the Rust type system.